All right, we're here with Indigo Forest, and we're here with Nigel,
What's good? What's good? What's good? How you doing?
DreamTK,
What's going on? Dream, yes sir.
and BrazzyBrae.
What's going on?
And we're promoting the Yowestfusionfest, and Nigel will be performing. But this segment's going to be called The Business. So we're promoting these guys at local art, and we're doing what we can for Youngstown, and letting the showcasing the community, and what we're doing in the community. Okay, and the first question I really have for you guys is your project Summerfever, which Dream engineered the whole thing. What does that kind of mean to you? That summer fever vibe, like what does that mean? You know, coming straight from your mouth.
Well, summer fever. It means to me like I wanted to crack the summer over, summer open, was something crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to bring that summer fever, that vibe, just to set the precedent for the summer. Let guys know what it is, and let everybody know what it is. Like we're here, and it's another banger, another tape, another flavor. Show the versatility, and take another step forward after this.
Right, it's getting hot. And Dream, what does Summer Fever mean to you? Like from the engineering side, just from the musical standpoint of it, what does it mean to you?
To me, honestly, Summer Fever is pretty much a collective of where we at right now. When I say we, I'm speaking of my man's music, but we put this time and work in together. So it's a collective of where we at and the vibes and just summertime fun for real. That's what it is.
Well, it's definitely going to be a summer fever at the Yowestfusionfest because we got my man's birthday the day after, right? And Nisha, who was just here from New Society, Nisha Baby, it's going to be her birthday the day after as well. So you guys are birthday twins. And she was like, "Wait, we got to get a cake and stuff in here now. Like, what's going on? Like, right? Because 7 till, we're hanging 7 till. So, all right. One of it's probably like the third song that I really got into of yours. There was Puma Slide, so I think was one of the first ones, and the other one. How you feel? Yeah, how you feel? Tell me what's the deal? What's the problem? What's the deal? I had it in my head earlier and it's slipping now, but yeah, that was probably the second song. But Mac and Cheese, like I listened to that when that song first came out. I listened to it like 70 times, like the first day. I'm not even gonna hold you. So like I'm a guy who kind of likes comedy and stuff in my songs, and like I just really want to know, like, because it's a fun song. I want to know, like, what that song kind of means to you and, like, where you're coming from with some of the meanings. I'm a lyrics guy, so, like, I want to see where you're coming from with some of those lyrics.
Mac and Cheese at the time, that was off Pen and Papers, the project before Summer Fever. I wanted to make a song that was witty, but also kind of, like, show my craft as, as an artist. Like, it's a lot of wordplay in that song. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's sneaky. So I kind of wanted to do like a little sneak attack. Actually, Pen and Paper is the whole project. It's just like a smoke, chill, but lyrical project. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to bring to the audience.
Yeah, there's a lot of great rhythm with your lyricism and, like, being a water sign. I feel like with the Summer Fever, a lot of your stuff has good bops, good flow to it. And, Dream, I know you're a part of that as well. We had another project released recently, and that's BrazzyBrae's
Signingday. Yep. Back to back. We had to do it the Hudson way.
Right.
That actually happened on an accident because I'm so behind in the brain. So he dropped on the 22nd, right? 21st. I dropped on the 24th. Usually we wouldn't do it that close, but man, we had to squeeze that in there. So thank you for letting me squeeze that in there like that, because it definitely ran into his drop, which was definitely fire. Every song on his tape, fire. Signingday, fire. I got to tap in.
Yeah, I listened to a few of those songs on the way home. Actually, we were hanging out the other night during Paris's interview, and I really like all your guys' music in general. Like it's great to know you guys. Dream's been coming. Dream came to a couple of our shows, the Bars and Guitars, in the past, and you performed at the Bars and Guitars too, right? Yep. Bray performed at the Bars and Guitars, and that was a fun vibe. That's actually how I kind of got inspired, to make Yowestfusionfest was like Bars and Guitars, and we used to do this like open mic kind of segment downtown called The Jungle. Nazir Watson would host that with B Willie and Aisha. She would take photos and stuff. They were like a team, and we used to have people out there dancing. They would do ciphers and stuff sometimes, and it was just like a great vibe. There was also an artist group called Back Pocket Soul Tech. Have you guys heard of them? It was a group of musicians: Andre Reed, Damon Samurai, Soulful Samurai on the drums, Nick Frank, Heather Powell, and Dorian Townsend. Came D-Town. You guys know D-Town? Yeah.
Friends with his brother, Melody. Shout out to Melody.
Shout out to Melody, for real. Yeah. A long, long time.
Yeah, the Creek, they've been doing it for a long time, man. Shout out to them, man.
Yeah, so I was heavily inspired by them because they're into video game culture and a lot of stuff too. So we were just vibing downtown for a long time, and ever since COVID, ever since all this stuff, I feel like we kind of lost a bit of our fire a little bit, and that's what we're trying to bring it back with the Summerfever, signing in the business on signing day. We're trying to bring that vibe back for sure, and just having this kind of community atmosphere, especially at Westside Bowl. Shout out Jamie, Nate, all the staff who makes this possible. It's just a cool, safe place to have fun, crack open the summer. If it's too hot outside, you come in here, play some bowling. We're gonna have great food at the event and stuff like that. Always great drinks. And Paris and I were talking. Oh no, you were here too. About trying to name some of the drinks, do some signature cocktail list after some of the artists and stuff. Do the.
Listen though, they talk
the Mac sauce.
The Mac sauce and the Canadian, bro. Listen, we already got one.
You already got one.
Yeah, we already got one. If we can go ahead and get that in there real quick. We was working on, that was the prototype, but we was working on a little slushy drink. You feel me, a little freeze. But yeah, we.
All right. We got the recipe, the Hudson recipe.
Nigel gonna have the merch.
Oh, okay.
Merch too.
Yeah, the artists are able to promote the merch and things like that during the marketplace during the daytime too. So if you want a table, Nate's got 10 tables here. So if you guys want, we can post one up as well as the market vendors during the daytime. So, yep. All right. Working with Dream, and you guys working together for a long time. How did y'all meet, and what's really next? Because we just got the one that's dropped, and I know you guys got stuff in the vault. You guys are some of the most intelligent, dudes I know, and most creative people I know. And I know you got stuff in the vault. So what's next? Right. And how did you guys meet? I want to know.
Nah, you go ahead.
Well, I've been knowing my mans for a long time. Used to play ball together. We went to separate schools. Ended up working together at Renner Center. You know what I'm saying? And at working at Renner Center, he was always in my ear, man, we're gonna get you to do music. You have a great ear for it. Wasn't really on it at first, but then through time, you know what I'm saying, I started being more accustomed because I was doing a podcast at the time. You know what I'm saying? So we were recording at the studio. So throughout time, it's just I just started making music, and we just caught fire. Caught that summer fever.
He make it sound like it was just so smooth like that, but it wasn't smooth like that. Listen, I'm talking about every day. Okay. I was at this man every day, bro. We in the truck. We in the truck for what, 8 hours out the day? I'm at him all day, every day. Bro, you need to come through the studio. You got it. You know what I'm saying? You got the ear for it, your sound and music, your appreciation to the music, everything. It's already there, bro. Just come through the studio. You feel me? Right. One day he ended up just coming through and just on some mess around stuff. You feel me? He just came through and the rest was history. You feel me? And it was
chemistry was there. You guys got good chemistry. That's why I asked this question.
Yep.
Where did this bond start?
Even when we hoop though, it's the same thing. That chemistry is just yin and yang. That's just the whole thing about us. But we actually got some stuff we working on that's gonna come out pretty soon. Speaking of yin and yang, but that's all I'm gonna say about that.
I'm gonna make like a little bit of a guess. Okay, I know there's gonna be a music video somewhere, and if I know there's one coming, I ain't gonna. All right, I'm not gonna say which project or which. There's probably one in there somewhere. All right, I'm looking forward to that. They're actually doing a music video for Foxy Jones, New Society. If you have not heard Foxy Jones, that's a real good record from New Society. Tayshawn Madison. Yep. So we were talking about that. I got my mind on the music videos now. So, what's your guys' or who's your guys' biggest inspiration to keep going? And this can be all you guys. So, you want to start, Bray, Nigel?
I'd say the people that come up to you and be like, "Oh, you're that rapper girl," and I don't even know them. So I ain't gonna lie, those people keep you going, and the people in your ear just saying like, "Hey, man, just keep going. You're gonna make it somewhere." So those are the two things that keep me going.
What keeps me going is I have this burning desire that I feel like I'm supposed to be doing something great, and somehow, some way, I'm making music, and we're kind of reaching listeners across the world and doing shows and festivals. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So we're taking the necessary steps to reach the destiny that we have before us. So I really believe that that's my true inspiration.
For me, it's pretty much the same with what Brazzy said, for real. It's the people that come up to me and give me those responses to my music. Like, it's music I put out on SoundCloud probably like 5-6 years ago, and some random kid from Wyoming or something will hit me up on Instagram and be wondering what I'm doing, like why I'm not putting out music, and it just, you know what I'm saying, just spark it all over again, for real, like, or just take it to the next level, because it's like people really checking for me. Sometimes I'll have that doubt as an artist. I'll speak for myself, you feel me? I wouldn't say more doubt, but sometimes you might not be all the way where you're supposed to be mentally, but when you have those people that come to you and believe in your music and your craft and your energy that you're putting into that, yeah, it's a whole different feeling. So that's what really carries it for me.
And that's what we're also trying to crack open, is that culture, that influence, creating that support as well, because in other fields, like, you get that support all the time, like, oh, you're a doctor, you know, you do this great amazing thing, oh, you're a politician, you do this great amazing thing. But what about the musicians? What about and not just, you know, Beyonce, but like the regular the small town people? What about the plumbers? You know, everybody, no matter what you do, should have support. You know what I mean? It should be included in our society. Like, you shouldn't devalue other people because they're not a lawyer or a dentist or whatever. You know, artists need value and appreciation as well. And that's, like, I think as a culture, I think our generation is really starting to stick to, and like that small business, that like true dream, you know, kind of thing, that new American dream kind of thing, where it's not just, oh, an idea in the distance, you know, like, let's actually create this, let's actually get money into, you know, our communities rather than sending it off other places as well. And that's just like a part of tapping in. And we talked about Columbus and some of the stuff they're doing out in Columbus. You know, they bought certain like warehouse districts, and they're got this warehouse. They sectioned it off into different rooms, right? And then the different rooms you can charge for studio. And then you take that money you get from charging for each studio, and then you use that to repair the building and pay all the bills and everything like that. And they got districts. Some of that's crowd-funded, land bank, stuff like that. They didn't even need that chunk of change, because some cities just have land, right? And they don't want to pay to maintain it, so they'd rather just give it to somebody with a really good idea so they can flip that. And then, you know,
a lot of those properties be having like the 8s and stuff. They'll be listed in the newspaper.
Yep.
They'll give you a grant.
Yeah, so and I think that's in our future as well. New Society went all the way to the union. We're like, where's our musicians union? No, no, because like artists need to be treated well, you know, and that's part of the culture we're trying to create too. So I really appreciate you guys coming out. And I get to practice my craft a little bit here. I love chopping it up. I can't shut up to save my life, for real. But that's just part of life. And my next question is just, what does the Yo West Fusion Fest mean to you guys? Just to kind of like top it off, cap it off.
The Yowestfusionfest, it means a lot to me. It's my first festival, hometown, Youngstown, Ohio, and the West Side Bowl, who's been truly great to me. Like, I've performed here a couple of times, and to be selected to be in the festival and have a set, I'm grateful. So I'm excited just for that day, and more to come.
Nah, it's cool. I ain't gonna lie. It's an opportunity, like you said, to get all the artists together, because some people be feeling left out sometimes or whatever. So this is just another opportunity to bring everybody together. And I think it's pretty dope, man. I think y'all giving everybody an opportunity to showcase what they really been working for. And I don't know no place that, one, you get to perform for free. You get a free pizza. You get a tab on drinks free. Like, it's wild. So, like, West Side Bowl really is really, really dope. And I really think you guys are doing a great job making us feel special. Like, bro, when we came and y'all gave us free pizza, it was like, bro, we come out of pocket every time we perform. This was actually like a giving back. And we got to perform in a dope place around some dope people that wasn't judgmental. Everybody in here doesn't rap and sing the same. They really sat through and just listened to us. Like, because we can't, I know I could be ghetto sometimes. They really messed with me, though. They really sat down and really took the time. So I think it's pretty dope that you guys do that. So it means a lot. Really thankful for that.
And the crowd is always extremely receptive. Like, extremely receptive. And it doesn't matter what song it is. They're up, they're standing, they have their phones out, they're jumping, they're dancing. So, yeah, the West Side Bowl, Yowestfusionfest, for real.
Definitely a dope experience to just be a part of, first and foremost. It's a great mind idea, you know, to bring something together for the artists. Like you said, sometimes the artists feel left out. Like, it's more work, and, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing really giving back to them. So I'm appreciative just to be a part of it and to just be here, the first staple of something like this in this city, because there's really no outlets or resources like this in this city or region, honestly, for real, let alone a festival, not just a regular concert. So it's going to be a vibe. It's going to be a good time. Everybody come out, have fun, be safe. You know what I mean? But most definitely appreciative, for sure.
And that's kind of like that whole fusion concept. It's not only just about a genre of music. It's like a cultural fusion and things like that as well, you know? Fusion with music, like Smoky Honey Blues Band, for example, their transitions go crazy because they go from like a rock song, alternative rock, to like a smooth like blues kind of music, into like a jazzy kind of funky kind of thing. Yeah, and they'll switch it between just in one song. So like the verse will be one thing. It's like, you know how like in some of Drake's like really popular stuff, he'll switch from like a trap beat to like a steady beat to like this. Like it's like those kinds of transitions that just like I think as a concept are unique and new, because like if you go into music theory talking about like verse chorus verse type stuff, it's just changing that whole dynamic. It's just like we don't know where this song is going, but I like the ride, you know. So that's kind of the fusion concept as well, where it's like you're bringing jazz, blues, hip hop artists together, all have the same roots. You know, if we're talking African American history, you know, they all have similar roots. So it's awesome to bring all of that together and see what we can make from it, because there's a lot of artists nowadays, you know, they'll perform with full bands and stuff like that. This isn't on the question list or anything, but would you ever consider doing something like that, Nigel, like playing with the full band or like a big setup?
For sure. I would love to play with a band. And we just find the right song just to, you know, match it up right. I would love to do that, for real.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And I actually have some artists reach out to me that were interested in collaborating with you. I know Larry Lemuel would be interested in doing a song with you guys as well. So I don't know if you'd be interested in that, but yeah,
like Larry got my number. Larry has my number. Larry, call me.
Call me there. All right. Yeah, and I think, you know, you had a great question for me actually that I'm gonna just finish out with. That was, how did I separate, the stages and the different people? And honestly, I tried to put people together that I thought would vibe together well. Similar, like I feel like you and Curly could chop it off like real easy, and like the Black Wolf and Thief, Caroline, and all of those people in the band are just like super friendly and nice. I hope they bring out some horns and stuff too to make it like more jazzy. But they're just they sound like they're playing to like auditorium or like an arena of people, and even if it's like 10 people in the crowd, 20, 100, they just play like that, and you give that type of energy too. So I try to stick y'all together and try to create the right mood, the right chemistry as well. So we're about to see it. You guys will see it July 15th. Yeah. We're starting in the basement at 7, and upstairs starts at 8 o'clock. Nigel will be performing, around 7:30, 8:30-ish. We'll see what time it is when the day comes. But I appreciate you guys coming up to the business and hanging out.
Thank you for having us. Yowestfusionfest, July 15th. Don't be late. I swear to God. And Summerfever, Signingday, and more to come.
Yeah, go cop that. Go cop that right now. Right now. Go spin that right now.
And I'm about to finish my shot. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Shout out Indigo.
Yeah, and they're on all platforms. You can just look up Nigel Hudson on all platforms, and you can look up BrazzyBrae and Brazzy on all DreamTK.
Yep, DreamTK.
All platforms. All right. Much love, guys.
Tell me how you feel. What's the problem? What's the deal? Tell me how you feel. What's the problem? What's the deal? Tell me how you feel. What's the problem? What's the deal? Send me the location so I know that it's real. Tell me how you feel. What's the problem? What's the deal?